Woo! Woo! Be the man, you gotta beat the man, and I'm saying, woo, right here, I'm the man. Man.
Attention, Wild Nation!
To be the man, you gotta beat the man, and I'm saying, woo,
Right here, I'm the man.
Woo! If you can't say something entertaining, then shut the hell up.
Attention, Wild Nation!
Wrestling on weed.
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 Wrestling on weed. Subscribe today. Otherwise, we're gonna have a problem.
It's time for the Blunt Ratings. If this is your first time tuning in, this is how the Blunt Ratings work. We take each show and break them down into 5 categories: matches, promos and backstage segments, storytelling, commentary, and the crowd. For each category, each show can get up to 5 blunts. The average score of those 5 categories stands as the official Blunt Rating. Those are the rules. Now let's get right into tonight's edition of the Blunt Ratings.
We want the smoke.
Talk to him.
We want the smoke. We want the smoke.
Come on, Charlie.
We want smoke, a. We want smoke, a. We want smoke, a. We want smoke. What's cracking, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. HD, right back with another episode of the Friday Night Smackdown Blunt Ratings. We are headed to Cardiff. Shout out to everybody in the UK. If anybody in the UK may be listening, shout out to all y'all, man. Shout out to everybody tuned in. Gruss, KM, KGM, I know y'all probably be in here in a minute. Shout out to Wild Nation, man. We got to get through this episode quick because I got a whole lot of errands to get to and the bank closes at 1 o'clock. So we got to get through this. It was an okay episode of Smackdown. It wasn't anything crazy eventful happening. I won't do any spoilers. They did tape another episode, next week's episode of Smackdown because they'll be in Cardiff, which I think is dumb. They should have just done it live in Cardiff, but whatever. That's neither here or there. I think the time difference is the big issue with doing it live in Cardiff, but whatever. Yeah, they taped another episode. So no spoilers here for that episode. You want spoilers, you can go somewhere else for that. I ain't trying to ruin the show for nobody that might want to see it. But we will talk about last night's episode, man. The show started off with Drew McIntyre promo saying that he's sick as Ricochet and he's going to beat him, basically. And they started to show off with a match. And the match was good. You know what I mean? It was good match. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna say it was crazy. Corbin just charged Ricochet when the bell rang. Then Ricochet hit him outside with a Hurricane Rana before Corbin slid back in the ring, before he could slide in the ring. Ricochet hit him with a drop kick. There was a couple, Ricochet hit the misdirection ring rope thing. Corbin smacked him with one of those Undertaker right hooks, uppercuts. Then Corbin hit him with some chops. It was a bunch of right hands. Corbin showing off his boxing skills. During the match, Pat McAfee was basically burying Corbin, burying him while also giving him love. He was like, if this guy wasn't such a dickhead, he'd be he'd be a great athlete. He'd be so and so. He's actually a Golden Gloves, 2-time Golden Glove, blah 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 blah. But he's also an asshole and he sucks. It's like, Mandy, what's going on here? You still feuding with Baron Corbin or not? Like, I'm not sure what's happening with Baron Corbin. I'm not sure what direction his character's going in, but him and Ricochet were having a standard SmackDown match between these two guys. Ricochet got a lot of offense in. Corbin got a lot of offense in. Commentary pointed out that he usually would win matches if he could just, not focus on taunting the crowd or talking to commentary, all these different things that get him distracted during the match. And that's exactly what happened. That's kind of when, right on cue, Ricochet kind of took over when Baron Corbin was, talking shit to the crowd or whatever. And the match turned from there. Ricochet went for the 450, but Baron countered and hit him with a big boot. Then Ricochet, he slammed Ricochet to the mat, then went for a pin, but Corbin kicked out at that point. Ricochet, hit him with a knee and a super kick. Then Ricochet went to the top rope and hit that beautiful, beautiful shooting star press that he does. I don't know what happened to his 630 or whatever it's called. He doesn't do that for his finish no more. I don't know why. That's interesting. I don't know. Maybe the shooting star press is just so pretty, though. I'm glad he does that. It's such a pretty move. It makes him look like a swan. But yeah, Ricochet got another win over Baron Corbin. So he's just been beating the shit out of Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin should just leave Ricochet alone at this point. He's clearly never going to win. So after that, we head backstage and we saw the Street Profits. Hit Row walk in and B-Fab says that we want the smoke. And at first I was like, oh, so this is the feud that they're doing? I thought that they were doing I was confused for a little bit, but then, it looked like they were kind of, friends because they all said, we want the money, 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 money. I was like, who'd they steal that gimmick from? That is definitely somebody else's gimmick that they just stole. I can't even think of who it is right now. But that's somebody else's gimmick. And I don't know. This was I don't want to say what I'm going to say. Man, it might sound like blasphemy. I'm about to say it. Hit Row is missing right now. They're missing the mark in every way. Like, it was cool to see him come back. It was like, yeah, they back, Hit Row. They should have never got fired. But it's just not, it's not clicking for me. I don't know. I want to be wrong so bad. But it's just, it is not clicking for me, fam. With Hit Row, it's just like, Montez and Dawkins are really, really good. Like, Dawkins, even with his overacting, he's like just like The Rock. It just, that's him. Hit Row, man. I don't know. I think it's just the cheesy. I don't know, man. I'm going to just reserve judgment. I'm going to let them get their feet under them. Yeah, I mean, they just got back a couple weeks ago. I ain't going to be too hard on Hit Row because I want them to win. Yeah, I mean, I definitely want them to win. So I ain't going to be too hard on Hit Row, man. I got to give them some time. They ain't, it's different seeing him without Swerve, and that mouthpiece is very important. I'm not sure if that's why they're like putting him with Dawkins and Montez, like just so they can have somebody around that's really good at talking, because it's like they're good at talking though. They're good at talking. They got swag. They just some of the shit they be saying just sounds like how to sound like a black person 101. You know what I mean? Chapter 1. It's just like how to look and walk like a rapper. I mean, look like they read a book and just came. It's just, and I know that's I don't know. It's pro wrestling. You're supposed to turn it up, but rappers are already turned up anyway. So it's just like I don't know. Some just doesn't seem. Some is off. Let me just move on because I don't want to harp on it too much. But yeah, we saw a dope ass fire video package from Drew McIntyre. For Drew McIntyre, talking about where, he was a little kid, he wanted to be a wrestling fan, sleeping with his Stone Cold, blankets and shit. It was, it was dope, man. It was dope. Talking about his mom and all that, his upbringing and everything. So it was dope. And his, his journey to being a wrestler and getting fired, all that crazy stuff. So yeah, it was cool. And then you just saw Karrion Kross. You heard Karrion Kross's music start playing and saw Karrion backstage, a gorilla with a microphone. He was like, oh, that was cute. It's like that was nice. Maybe it is your time, Drew. TikTok. I was like, that was creepy. I liked it. Yeah, I mean, that was cool. That was cool. Because Drew was like, my time is out. My time. It was like I didn't even think about it when he was saying it, but now I'm like, oh, he was setting up the whole shit with, yeah. So now I got my predictions. I got them. You know what I mean? I feel like I know what's about to happen now. I'm not going to say it. I'm trying to retain my championship. But yeah, back at what we have after that, we had Shotzi and Xia Li come to the ring, and they were going up against Sonya Deville and Natalya, and they were going up against Dana Brooke and Tamina. And they were all going up against Doudrop and Nikki Ash. And what was this, you asked? This was the second chance losers opportunity for the women's tag team tournament. It was basically a waste of everybody's fucking time. I could have saved 5 minutes of my life. How did you get 4 whole teams, 8 people in the ring, and the match ended in 3-4 minutes? How? No one broke up a pin? Like, how is everybody incapacitated or just so stupid that the match ends in like 3-4 minutes? It was a waste of everybody's time. No one expected anybody to actually be taken seriously in this match when it came to who was gonna win. And the winner ended up being Sonya Deville and Natalya. I think everybody could have saw that coming from a million miles away. It was what it was. I don't care. Just put the belts on Bayley's friends and let's move on. Where's Naomi and Sasha? That's all I care about. Where the fuck is Naomi and Sasha? Because all that match last night was some bullshit. You know what I mean? So it was what it was. But Sonya Deville and Natalya get to have another match later. And yeah, we'll talk about that. That tragedy. But yeah, so after that, we is that when we had they showed us Shayna Baszler video package, which was really dope because they I guess they're trying to get Shayna Baszler over again. I just didn't like one of the lines she used in the promo package. She was like, "I'm going to show people what a real fight is." I'm like, damn it, stop burying the sport. Why do y'all do that? Why do y'all let wrestlers come in and be like, I'm gonna be a real fighter. I'm gonna show them what real pain is. I'm gonna show them what a real fight is. Like, what? They're all supposed to be real fights, Shayna. Shh. Don't give it away. No one knows. So, yeah, after that, we had the Brawling Brutes come out and they faced off with Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser. And they just all talked a bunch of shit. Sheamus talked about how he's gonna beat up Gunther. Gunther said, I'm going to defend this Intercontinental Championship and I'm going to beat your ass. That's basically what he said. And then out of nowhere, Pete Dunne just dove at the dudes. And then, you know, they had to be held back or whatever. And yeah, it was a segment. I mean, I'm looking forward to this match a lot. I ain't gonna lie. I really want to see what's happening with this match because I think it's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be a fire match, man. I don't think nobody doubts that it could be match of the night. It could at Cardiff. You know what I mean? It could definitely steal the show. You got two UK guys going in the ring. I think this could have a lot of heat on it when the match starts. People gonna be going crazy over there for this match. So, yeah. So that was that. There's rumors about Pete Dunne circulating. See, I already spoiled the rumors. But Butch possibly switching back to his Pete Dunne moniker. I really hope that that's the case, but who knows at this point. We head backstage after that. We backstage, and then we saw Nikki Ash and Doudrop fighting when Sonya Deville and Natalya were being interviewed about their match that they were about to have against Raquel Rodriguez and Aliyah, the Ghost. But then we had Bayley, Dakota Kai, Io head to the ring. They were at ringside or whatever. Now we got to talk about the best thing that happened on the show all night. And that was, once again, the acting of Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn. Just give these motherfuckers an Oscar. Just go ahead and give them the Oscar, or I guess it would be an Emmy in this case, whatever the daytime TV award is, or the television awards are. Like, just give it to them. Like, if you were ever going to give a wrestler an Emmy or a award for acting, it would be Roman Reigns, ladies and gentlemen. But it would also have to be Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso and Sami Zayn. Like, Roman Reigns, like, there was that dip, right? We were talking about it. Like, damn, am I bored of Roman Reigns? Did he get, like, what happened? What's up with the tribal chief? The belt's been on him. Take the belts off him. Now I'm like, man, you bet not take them belts off of Roman Reigns. Look how good he is. Look how much he makes me care. This shit is ridiculous. These two in the back, first of all, you know, it's just like last week. Sammy go to the locker room. He like, yo, I'm trying, and the Usos out there, they like, yo, what the fuck you want, bruh? The way they treat him is so fucked up. That's what's turning him babyface. He's still a creep, you know what I mean, slime ball, but he's like being turned babyface by the Usos. And Roman, because Roman is definitely using him. But, you know, he's like, yo, I'm trying to see what's, me and Roman kind of had a little thing last week. I'm trying to make sure, you know what I mean? See if he need me. I'm trying, you know what I mean? Holler at the tribal chief. And they's like, nah. Roman's like, yo, who is it? Like, Sammy like, yo, it's me. They won't let me in the club, dog. So Roman was like, oh, Sammy, come on in, man. Come on in. Uso's like, you bitch ass. That shit was hilarious, man. Sammy come all in, you know, being Sammy, hey, tribal chief, what's going on, man? Yeah, you know. He's like, yo, you know, I did my thing last week. You know, I came in, I helped you out. He's like, yeah, but you know, you lost your match. It's like, supposed to bring that IC title back to the Bloodline, baby. What happened? You know what I mean? He's like, you know, it's all good. It's just a chance for you to redeem yourself. Sammy like, yeah, that's right. I'm gonna redeem myself. So Roman's like, yo, I need your help, man. I need you to distract Drew. I need you to make sure he's off his game. Sammy like, bet. That's what I do. I'm the master manipulator, you know what I mean? So it's, you know, he's like, all right, cool, I got it. So, you know, Sammy walks out, everybody, they all smirking like, he's an idiot. So all the acting in this shit was good because Sammy really believes these guys like him, or he's making us believe these guys like him, and they're clearly using him, but you don't know if Roman is actually using him like the Usos, like, but you know Roman is probably talking shit about Sammy behind his back to his cousins, like, cause even Jay, or I think Jay was like, don't you ever talk about me to my family again, motherfucker? You know what I mean? Basically, like, don't go behind my back talking shit to my cousin, bruh. You know what I mean? I'll smack the shit out you, boy. You know what I mean? So this entire segment was fire, bruh. Like, everything with Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns. That was the first time we saw them tonight. It was fun. These guys are really good. at character development, character work. You know what I mean? They're really good. They could all be in movies, honestly. All of them could be in movies. I could see the Usos in movies as henchmen. I could see Roman Reigns in movies as a leading man. You know what I mean? It's like Sami Zayn. I could see him in all kinds of movies as all kinds of characters. So, yeah, it's like, some of these guys got it, man. Some of these guys just got it. And when they're done with wrestling, I can all see them all taking a dip in Hollywood on some real shit. At least I hope they do, because I like seeing people with this level of talent for acting, like really, just like The Rock. The Rock was clearly a phenomenal actor. He's such a good actor. He could, ask people if they want him to be babyface or heel during the show and change characters literally during the show. Like, that's how good of an actor he is. And you still be like, yeah, I believe it. So, some people just got it, man. But anyways, I'm just kind of stalling because I don't really want to talk about this match. This tournament is draining the life out of me. It's the only bad thing going on in WWE right now. I ain't gonna lie. This Women's Tag Team Championship tournament is trash. From the very beginning, it's been the best thing about this tournament was them announcing that Toxic Attraction was going to be in it, and then they immediately got hurt. So it was just like, it was like, well, there goes that. You know what I mean? There goes that. This is obviously just setting up for Dakota Kai and Io Sky to get the belts and something to happen with Sasha and Naomi. Like, this is clearly what's happened. A bunch of makeshift teams nobody cares about, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, I'll talk about the match. The match lasted like 5 minutes. Aliyah came in, act like she was gonna do something, got her ass beaten, thrown outside the ring, and then she just disappeared. That's why I called her Aliyah the Ghost earlier, because she was just like, I guess, had a coma for 5 minutes while Raquel was in there just beating up everybody. You know what I mean? Raquel basically doing all the work, ended up getting the win. It was basically a 2-on-1 situation, and she still ended up getting the win when she got Sonya Deville up for the Chikada bomb. I don't even know how they actually say it. Is it Chikada, Takada, Cicada? I don't know. But she hit her with the one-arm power bomb, or it could be called a power slam. I don't fucking know. But Sonya Deville got the 1, 2, 3. Then Aliyah ran in like that motherfucker who don't never put nothing in on the weed, but always want to smoke. Like, she's Aliyah was that nigga last night. Hey, we did it. No, bitch, I did it. Let's be clear. I did it. You got did. I did it. Yeah, you're a winner, but I won. You see how that works? Oh, man. So that was that. Yeah, got Sonya Deville and Natalya. We had to see them twice on TV wrestle. I guess they were like, we can only have these two on TV for less than 10 minutes combined, and it got to be in 2 matches. So there was nobody in the losers match that they wanted to have on TV for more than 10 minutes. And so they were like, all right, so one match gets 5, the other gets 5. Let's get it done. So whatever. Aliyah, I don't know, man. Like, she's gorgeous and she's decent in the ring. Something's missing with Aliyah. Something's missing. Something's missing. I don't know what it is. She's got that Dana Brooke. Just fortunately, she's never mind. But yeah. After that, we saw the Maximum Male Models backstage, and earlier I skipped over this part earlier before Street Profits and all them linked up backstage. Maximum Male Models had like graffitied a bus and said that it said Hit Row sucks, but it happened to be Street Profits bus, and that's when they all came out and did the whole money. But anyways, we saw them backstage. Maximum Male Models backstage. They was in the middle of a photo shoot, and Max Dupree said his models are killing it. Before we heard the music, a Hit Row hit. Maxine Dupree says she has an idea, and that's when she walked off. I was like, okay, she gonna be a groupie? But then she came back, and she came back with Humberto and Angel Garza, Humberto Carrillo. They got their names back, in Angel Garza, and they had I don't even know, did they have paint? What did they have? I don't even know what they had. Like, I don't know what that was. I kind of missed it, but whatever. Maybe it was something that I didn't get, that's going to pay off later. After that, we heard from the New Day. They tried to pull a Mark Henry. Man, we're so hurt. We're just done. The Viking Raiders beat us down. We underestimated them. Xavier's out there in a wheelchair with his legs covered. I don't know why he had his legs covered. He's in a potato sack, it looked like, but Kofi's out there standing next to him. They're just like, yeah, it might be over for the New Day, man. Looking like that's the case. You know what I mean? It's been a good run. And then that's when the Viking Raiders came out. It was like, oh, well, you guys are retiring? Well, let's or you guys are done. Well, let's just make it worse and beat you down some more. Fuck it. So that's when Xavier Woods got up out his chair and threw Kofi a kendo stick, and then he pulled out one himself, and they start beating the Viking Raiders down. So Xavier Woods is back. The injury is obviously all good. Kofi is healthy and good to go. His injury was obviously a work, but it's good to see Xavier back in the ring. Good to see New Day back at it, man. I'll never get tired of seeing New Day because they're good in the ring, and they always gonna say something that's funny or goofy or, New Day for the kids, man. You gotta have New Day. My son loves New Day, so I can't really ever hate on the New Day, man. Just really miss Big E, man. Miss Big E, man. Shout out to Big E. So that segment was what it was. Then we saw Maximum Male Models, Angel Garza and Humberto. They vandalized. Oh, that's when they vandalized the bus. That's right. Hit Row walked in, and that's when they challenged them to a match next week. So that's going to be the feud. Hit Row versus Maximum Male Models. I just want this shit to end because Maximum Male Models just, yeah, it is what it is. I guess it's going to be those four versus these four, Hit Row and Street Profits, with Maximum Male Models, Angel and Humberto. And all right, that better not be a Survivor Series match, but it's gonna be a Survivor Series match. So, oh man, probably add one more person to the match, or make Maxine wrestle and add some. Bianca's already got a match. Well, not at Survivor Series. I don't know what she's doing, but she's not going to be in a match against Maxine. That's crazy. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really. It's going to be hard to make me care about any of this, honestly. I probably would have rather seen Hit Row versus Street Profits. Like, honestly, I would have been more intrigued by that. I don't care about Humberto and Angel or the Maximum Male Models. I just don't. I mean, I'm not saying they're bad or anything. I just don't care. Maybe they could change that, but right now I just don't care. So, if I didn't make it clear, I just don't care. So after that, we saw Sami Zayn and the Usos. Jimmy said Reigns doesn't talk to just anyone like that. While Jay tells him not to screw it up again. Zayn asks why he's being so negative before he gets angry. And Zayn about Zayn's remarks. Remember, I mentioned that early. Don't you ever talk behind my back like that again. Yeah, that was that. Then we saw another second video package for Drew McIntyre. Another one, very good. Drew McIntyre came to the ring after that. Then Sami Zayn came to the ring. Roman before that was like, you got a chance to be in the main event. And that's exactly what it was. So it's Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn. Was a good match, man. I don't talk about it too much. It wasn't nothing. It was more about the angle, man. Honestly, the match was definitely more about the angle. But Roman Reigns, well, I'm going to get to that. I'm going to jump ahead. Sammy did get a good bit of offense in during the match. you know, he got a tornado DDT to McIntyre at one point. I remember got a couple 2 counts. McIntyre hit him with a Glasgow. That was kind of where the match kind of just turned around. It was kind of over. He hit Zayn with a couple clotheslines, you know, then hit him with his belly to belly. You know, when McIntyre goes in his, you know, his little hot streak is what do you call it? It's not a hot tag when you singles match, but you know what I mean. He gets he hits his signature button and does all his signature moves and shit all in you know, spamming that shit. So he did that. Then he had a neck breaker. He set up for the Claymore kick. And that's when the Usos run to the ring to try to cause a distraction. They were hopping up on the ring and, you know, trying to, you know, distract him. Sami tried to get a roll-up win, but it didn't work. He hit him with a Blue Thunder Bomb, got a 2 count. Usos are screaming at the ref, "Come on, ref, it's 3, blah, blah, blah," all that crazy shit. McIntyre, you know, kicked out, though, but Zayn hit him with some blows before McIntyre hit him with a chop. That's when Zayn rolled up McIntyre. McIntyre kicked out again. Then McIntyre hit the Claymore for the win. 1, 2, 3. But like I said, it was more about the angle afterwards, because while Drew was trying to celebrate right after the match, or trying to, you know, bask in his glory, Roman Reigns attacked him from behind and beat the shit out of him. Oh, and he beat the shit out of him. He threw him into the stairs, to the barricade. He Superman punched him. He speared him. And they put a chair over his neck and sat on it, and Drew wasn't going anywhere at that point. And he posed with both of the belts, looking like the boss of all bosses, while the Usos and Sami Zayn posed behind him with the "We are the ones" high up in the air. So that's how the show went off. That was the best thing. The best thing about SmackDown last night was Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns and the Usos. That's facts. And the video packages they did with Drew McIntyre. So those 5 guys were the MVPs of last night's SmackDown. Everything else on the show was mid. I ain't gonna even lie. You know what I mean? Everything else on the show was mid. The women's tag team championship, that shit is falling flat. All the injuries and, you know, it's falling flat. You know what I mean? I know that's probably more about an angle just to build towards, you know, towards Sasha and Naomi or whatever they're doing with, you know, Control. But still taking up time on my TV, still making the women's division look mid as fuck, less than mid, looking like Huff over there. So I don't know, man, but I did the blunt ratings for Friday Night SmackDown. Still got a pretty decent score, man. It got a silver blunt at 3.85. That's because I gave promos and backstage segments 4 blunts. That's all because of the guys I just mentioned. The matches got a 3.25 because of all of the women I just mentioned in those 2 matches, which was all the women's wrestling. It was boring. It was lame. I ain't gonna lie. But you did have a decent, you know, main event. I mean, Sami and Drew can both wrestle their asses off, so it was a decent main event. So there was some good wrestling, but for the most part, it was a lot of angle on Friday Night SmackDown. Storytelling, I gave 4 blunts for all the stuff with Sami, Roman, Jimmy, and Jay. And, you know, it's a couple other little things sprinkled in there, but mostly because of those guys. The show got 4 blunts. Commentary got 4 blunts because Michael Cole and Pat McAfee are gold. I mean, obviously, really good at what they do. And the crowd got 4 blunts because the crowd was pretty hot all night. I don't remember where they were exactly, but it was a pretty decent crowd, man. So no shame there. The show overall got 3.85 blunts. That is a silver blunt, if you didn't know. So those are the blunt ratings for last night's Friday Night SmackDown, man. It was a pretty good show. I like I said, I won't give spoilers for the show that was taped right after that, but Ronda Rousey was on the show. There was a couple other things that happened, so you guys, you can tune into spoiler channels to find that news, or you can wait till Friday and find out what happened on Friday Night SmackDown. Maybe we'll end up having to talk about it because something crazy happens with the news or whatever. But yeah, that's it for this show, man. Like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. Any questions? KGM was cracking, man. Appreciate you blowing up the chat, bro. Thank you. How do Street Profits have their own bus? I was wondering that because I was thinking, wouldn't Hit Row have the bus because they're the rap group? Like, it made sense because it's like a tour bus thing. And that bus looked generic as hell. That wasn't nobody bus. They rented that bus from Greyhound or something, from the China bus. That was a that bus was generic as hell. That's why they just spray painted. It was big silvered side of the bus. No logos, no nothing. Just big ass silver bus. I was like, man, get this generic ass shit out of here. Shit probably came from the junkyard. But, you know, whatever. It didn't really make no sense. And then when they were like, oh, this ain't even our bus, I was like, so everybody has a bus now? Everybody's big show? I thought people flew where they was going. For the most part, I know some people do the bus thing. It actually makes a lot of sense if you're on the road all the time. You know what I mean? To have a tour bus definitely makes 100%. It makes a lot of sense. But yeah, I was like, damn, everybody got buses. That's interesting. It's just something I'm not privy to. But that wasn't their bus. Clearly, it was some generic ass bus that they could spray paint on. It was supposed to have spray paint to be, but yeah, it looked like dry erase marker. Oh man, Kofi almost dropped the kendo stick. He did. At least Xavier didn't throw it over his head like Sami did. Not Sami Zayn, Sammy Guevara on Dynamite throwing the bat to Chris Jericho. And Sami Zayn posing with him was fire. Yeah. I love that image. Sami actually looking like part of the group is just gonna make it sting even more when they turn on him. You know what I mean? When they finally realize they don't need him anymore. He does something and Roman loses a belt and he blames it on Sami or something like that. Like, I can't wait. You know what I mean? Because these guys got to drop some titles, man. They got all the belts, bro. These 3 dudes walk around with 6 belts, and it's just like, all right, just unify them or split them up. Like, actually unify them. Make it 1 belt or split them up. They can't. They need 1 set of tag team championships. That's a fact. They ain't got enough tag teams to have 2 sets of titles. So that shit don't even make no sense. But we'll see what Triple H does with the tag division. But I got to get up out of here, man. Got to make these runs. I appreciate you guys locking in with me as always. Enjoy your weekend. I'll be back on Monday for another Wild News joint. We might do some game streaming tomorrow, but I think I'm going to hang out with my son at the pool tomorrow. Appreciate you guys. Like I said, man, like the video, subscribe to the channel, donation links below. The stream is sponsored by Paris Terrell Clothing Company. If you're looking for some high-end premium men's fashion, check out the link in the description. Until the next time, holla at y'all, man. Deuces.